Democrats have turned... I love you too. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? It's finally a woman. You know, I get it from the men all the time. And so far, every guy that said I love you, they're just not my type.
Don't knock it till you try it. This is the greatest country on earth. Among our natural resources, an endless supply of idiots. They're everywhere. You don't even need to frack them. Here's a week's worth right here. First up, Liz Warren, otherwise known as Chief Spreading Bull. After years of being accused of lying about her Native American background, she decides to take a DNA test, creating a video around laughable results.
The president likes to call my mom a liar. What do the facts say?
The facts suggest that you absolutely have a Native American ancestor in your pedigree.
Wow, that looked totally natural. If she got any stiffer, I'd check for the toe tag. Talk about a pale face. It's telling that they chose some Stanford academic to finesse these terrible results. They just knew they were about to paint a turd orange and call it sherbet. Because when the results arrived, it amounted to something between nearly 0 and nearly 0. Like 0.09. If your IQ was 0.09, you would be granite. If they gave her a breathalyzer, she'd be over the legal limit of stupid. As a wise man once said, when it comes to Cherokee, she has more in common with the Jeep. Maybe she can be their spokesman. The slogan, unlike me, this Cherokee's not full of So think about what she pulled off. One law school directory listed her as Native American for 9 years. Harvard had her as Native American until 2004. She was called Harvard Law's first woman of color. And then there was the cookbook, Pow Wow Chow. Recipes from 5 Indian tribes. She listed herself as Cherokee. Yeah, and I'm Bjorn from ABBA. Actually, I did some research to find out who has more Native American blood than her. Here they are. Bjorn from ABBA. Agnetha from ABBA. And Efreed from ABBA. And the other guy from ABBA. Hard to believe. I actually did even more research to find out who has more Native American blood than her. Flipper. My office stapler. This helmet. So we spent a long time being lectured by left-wing a-holes about what not to wear on Halloween. Better not wear a sombrero, amigo. Hands off the headdress. Cultural appropriation is so evil. But by all means, says our leading libs, totally claim ownership of an entire culture and exploit it for political purposes. Seriously, hasn't Warren committed the biggest cultural appropriation sin ever? She stole who they are. Now, I can talk because I am 2% Native American. It's true. That's more Indian than she is, meaning I'm Native American. I know what I'm going as for Halloween. So, Could this be the end of identity politics? If DNA tests reveal that you contain the same amount of oppressed ancestry that Liz has, then you're oppressed too. If everyone's a minority, then nobody is, except me. As you know, I did do my own DNA test on the 5, and then I made a video.
Hi, I'm Greg Gutfeld. My ancestry is incredibly rich. Remember the Donner Party? That's my great-great-grandfather, Carl. He never went hungry. I'm proud of my family's roots, so I decided to take a DNA test. The results were fascinating. Turns out I'm 40.8% British and Irish, 9% Iberian, 2% Native American, and 20% Minotaur, and 20% giant sequoia. Yeah, one of my granddads had a thing for trees. I'm also 30% centaur, which explains why it's hard to get genes that fit. There's also a bit of sea serpent in there, about 90%. At this point, I know what you're thinking. That adds up to more than 100%. Well, it's 212.3% to be exact. How can that be? Well, I'll tell you. It's because I am Zlarg, the gargantuan devil beast that feasts on the souls of the dead. I am a being of infinite manifestations, fueled by a hell-bent thirst for human suffering. Bow before me, or bear the wrath of my endless mutilations as I tear at the flesh of your naked, cowering loved ones. Gutfeld 2020, paid for by the committee to elect Zlarg.
Don't applaud. Don't applaud that monstrosity. That was really unexpected. So anyway, the other idiot this week, the litigating lollipop Michael Avenatti. The dome dope had been using various victims to attract the spotlight for himself, but when he finally finds the spotlight, this happens. This week, the judge ruled in favor of Donald Trump in Stormy's defamation case against him and ordered that she pay Trump's legal fees. This was the judge's way of telling Stormy that her lawyer is giving lawyers a bad name. Think about that. She's a porn star, and her lawyer's so bad, suddenly her career looks respectable. She used to get paid to screw people. Avenatti just screwed her, and she has to pay him. He is to lawyers what Liz Warren is to Indians, an embarrassment. So it's really been a week of backfiring. Everything blew up in their faces. The DNA test exposes Warren as 0.0 Indian. The judge exposes Avenatti as 100% bozo. Meanwhile, the U.S. regains its spot as the #1 competitive economy in the world, and U.S. job openings hit a record 7.1 million, exceeding the number of unemployed Americans. Pretty soon, you're going to need a DNA test to prove you're an unemployed American. That's pretty good for Trump, but it may not be good enough for Liz Warren and Avenatti. There may be 7 million job openings, but we still have at least 2 more idiots than we need. Yes. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's the prescription for your affliction. Host of the radio show Dr. Drew Midday Live, Dr. Drew Pinsky. He split more sides than a butcher on meth. Comedian Jimmy Failla. I'm not used to that jacket. She's the pinnacle of cynical. National Review reporter Katherine Timpf. And he always has his head in the clouds, literally. Former WWE superstar, my massive sidekick, Tyrus. Dr. Drew, you're a doctor. What did Senator Warren accidentally do to herself this week?
Other than shoot herself in the foot?
Yes.
You know, I found on my radio program, I had a number of Native Americans call us and say each tribe determined its own criteria for heritage, right? Mm-hmm. And it's usually between 1/8 and 1/16. But for Cherokee particularly, you have to register with the Indian Affairs Department, and you have to be able to show your heritage back to a given individual in order to call yourself Cherokee. And they were deeply offended by this. Mm-hmm. Deeply offended. Talk about... You say appropriation. It was the ultimate appropriation.
Yeah, they tried to steal, she tried to steal their identity. It's, Jimmy, it's an outrage.
Yes, not as outrageous as this jacket.
I know, I'm trying to think, did you buy that at Chess King or Merry-Go-Round?
This is my oldest guy in the boy band look.
Okay.
Like, I look like the guy they won't fire because I can buy them beer after the show.
Yes.
What do you call the boots?
They do come in men's, if you wonder. But
Carrie Shepard would love those.
I know, she'd be a fan. I actually do think she disqualified herself.
Right.
The reason I say that is not because of anything Trump's going to do, but because of what her own party is going to do in the primaries. Mm-hmm. Nobody's tougher on you when you screw up than your friends. You know what I mean? So, like the time you said you were a Native American, like, she's never going to live this down for the rest of her life.
And then you know who's going to go after her? I mean, Joe Biden must be he must be pleased as punch. Kamala Harris.
Oh, thrilled.
Cory Booker.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gone. I don't think there's any way she can come back.
And you want to know why she should go away? It's not because she lied. It's because she outed herself as dumb.
Yeah.
Anyone who thought Anyone who thought this was acceptable proof based on the results,
let her do
this
that.
is like telling someone you have a really hot girlfriend, but the only picture in your wallet is clearly from a magazine.
Hey, you know what? I only did that once. Kat, for your birthday, you are going to be showing up in a coffin.
Yeah.
So you are appropriating the lifestyle of the dead. You're as bad as she is.
Well, I think
I'm dead on the I'm dead on the inside.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So this story, I mean, I was sitting around my apartment earlier this week. Shocking, I know. And I was thinking, the only friend that I have that lives close to me anywhere in this city is a cat.
Yes,
right?
Of course.
Like, I wake up, there's the cat.
Right.
You know? During the day, there's the cat. I go to bed, there's the cat.
Cat feels the same way.
So if Liz Warren is 1,024th Native American, I've got to be at least 1,024th cat.
Yes, that's true.
Just your name alone makes you that.
Based on the time that I spend around the cat. And if you don't think that cat-human culture is a thing, it is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
We walk around with clothes covered in it, like people don't notice.
No, I notice.
We buy frozen meals for one.
Yes.
We own wine stoppers.
Yes.
But, like, who are we kidding?
I know, that's true. Wishful thinking. Tyrus, where do we go with this?
I'll be honest with you. I checked out when the green dude showed up. You have lost your damn mind.
Zlarg? Are you talking about Zlarg?
Zlarg, yeah. That was. Just damn, man. Like, what the hell? Like, don't start eating people, because I can't handle that. Don't Dahmer on me.
I can safely say I probably didn't write that sober.
Yeah. Listen, these are these days that I'm so happy I didn't have grandparents. Because it was her lying-ass grandparents who got her in this mess. Especially, everyone's got your great-grandfather was Cherokee, was a chief Cherokee Indian. How many people have heard that damn lying-ass story in their childhood? Like, everybody says the same thing. And just one. I don't know how white people are. It can only be one.
Yes.
More than two, you're out the game. But there's always that one. And she believed Papa or whatever weird nickname she had for Grandpa who told her that drunk-ass lying story. So much so that I'm pretty sure her team was like, this is not a good idea. No. My grandfather told me it is true.
Yes.
And now we have to deal with, not only is she not Native American, which I kind of think she already really knew. Yeah. Because no one ever, like, made jokes. There was no teases going on or anything like that. Right. But now she has to face the President of the United States of America. Yes. Every time they're in the hallway, he's going to be like, hey, stop. Ow. Like, it's guaranteed.
Yeah. I was just thinking whoever let her put that up must be the same person let you put the Zlarg video up.
No. You know what is amazing, though? It's Saturday night, and right now she's home shocked that she didn't win the Mega Millions because she thinks 1 in 302 million is good chance.
Well, let's end on that great joke. Up next, what freaked out the media this week? As usual, everything, but we'll pare it down to a 5-minute segment. That's next. Joe, Mika, Matthews, Lemon, Cuomo. They aren't just the names of my superfluous nipples, Doctor.
Supernumerary, they're called.
Oh, really? Gee, thanks for correcting me. They're also the usual media suspects who predictably played all the anti-Trump notes this week. There was a little 25th Amendment crap.
You are working for a president who is not fit to lead, who's going to do something crazy in 5 minutes, 1 hour, tonight or tomorrow. Like, what more do you need to hear from him to start thinking 25th Amendment or something else?
I think we need a 25th Amendment for her. And, of course, don't forget to bash his supporters.
Saudi Arabia was supposed to be our ally. We are not surprised at the president's pathetic response. America's morally drift foreign policy in the age of Trump, and at a time when Quislings meekly march in lockstep behind a morally disabled president.
Quisling, eh? That's a nice Scrabble word. It means traitor. But funny, I seem to remember when she and her BF loved Trump. They kissed his ass, but now they hate him. Why is that? My theory, to them, Trump is like the ex who dumped them. So he's just the worst guy ever until, of course, he takes them back, because you know they'll come crawling on their hands and knees. They always do. Then there was Horseface.
Horseface. That's what the man who holds the seat of Abraham Lincoln said about yet another woman who's in his way.
Why else would he come across as so spiteful as to make us wonder what was done to this man to make him talk like an 8-year-old crying through his peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Now I'm hungry. So where's the lemon?
I don't usually like to talk about people's looks. Does he own a mirror? He keeps talking about people gaining weight and how people look. Does he own a mirror that doesn't have Vaseline over it or a cloth? Donald Trump is no prize.
Ooh, I know you are, but what am I? So many broken souls. What do they say to their therapist?
I said to my therapist, do you think it's wrong for me to go alone? It's election night, and what if he wins? And she said, you know, Rosie, you've got to stop it. Always the negative tapes in your head. No one's saying it's going to win. You go there, you do your job. I went there, and I actually got physically sick. Yeah. I got physically sick that night, and I thought to myself, this cannot be happening.
That's how I feel when I saw her movies. Anyway, I hate to think what will happen to all of them if Trump gets 4 more years. Never fails. Jimmy, do you think the media can keep up this pace of eternal outrage for 4 more years? I mean, what could... this is definitely unhealthy for them.
There's 2 things they don't get about Trump. One is he's gotten so synonymous with insulting people that people almost want to be insulted now. It's like if Weird Al Yankovic parodies your song. That's how you know you've arrived. People are like, do me, do me, do me. But I think that's part of it. But with the Joe and Mika thing, and this is what I think anyone can relate to this. If you ever had a friend tell you about a coworker who's crazy, but the more your friend talks, the more you realize the coworker's perfectly normal, and they are bat-ass insane. That's who they are.
That is so true. Because then you meet the friend's okay, and you go, the person you've been listening to is nuts.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. You know, Dr. Drew.
I'm just saying, I like me some crazy. I'm falling in love with Mika. That's
really,
all.
really?
She's the best. And she taught me a new word, too. I've been preoccupied with this word all day.
Quisling?
Quisling. So it turns out it comes from the World War II comrade from Norway, who was, at the time, thought to be the smartest man the Norwegian military had ever produced.
Really?
He knew everything. And he made a bad bet. He decided to get in bed with Hitler and make a deal with them.
Whoa,
and
bad bet.
Bad bet. And it became, after things didn't work out, Quisling became synonymous with traitor. But really, he's a hubristic intellectual.
Oh, wow.
And so to really be a Quisling, you have to be just like my love Mika. You'd be just like her. So really, as so much of what's going on in the world today, people are seeing projections of themselves, and it's their own stuff they're reacting against, and then calling it out on the other side. That's a way of managing unregulated aggression that people, it's an unhealthy way to do it. But thank you, Mika, for the Quisling. I love that word.
That's great. We learned a new word, and we learned a lot about Dr. Drew in the process. Tyrus, do you have any advice for the media on how to understand Trump?
You got to roast him better.
Yeah.
You got to have, if I was to pick a fight with him or pick an argument with him, I would only do it if I had a book or something coming out. Not yet, so I got to wait. But like, you got to play his game better than him. And it's not personal.
Yeah.
See, when you roast somebody, you pick on somebody, it's all in fun.
Yeah.
Like, he called homegirl horseface.
Yeah.
I had tears in my eyes from my heart. I was crying so hard because, like, it's such a bad burn. Like, if anybody else said horseface, she'd be like, grow up, jackass. You know what I'm saying? But because he said it, we're like, oh, he called her horseface. And I was, you know, I'm sorry, hashtag not me. But, like, we were all laughing. And then you think about it, like, if you break it down a little bit, she did talk about his, you know.
Yeah, she talked about his stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that's cold-blooded.
She put the Mario Kart before the horse.
Yes.
But it's not a great diss.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like if you were in the park and, like, you and this guy are going back, hey, Bigfoot, shut up, horse face. Your boy's like, damn! Oh! And everyone starts running around and, like, dunking on him. It was literally a horror. But it's like, did he just say that? And it's hilarious, and I love it. So, and let's be real. Remember, kids, a horse is a horn away from being a unicorn. And that's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Kat, you're negative all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you think the media will ever get tired of Trump? I mean, they need Trump now because they make him feel so awful.
See, I'm not going to lie to you, Greg.
No.
I have had a meltdown or two before.
Yes.
I am a passionate person and I live a passionate life. Yes.
I believe I see one too.
Yeah, Dr. Drew is the one who gets all the phone calls during every single one of my meltdowns, and the text messages, and the flurry of text messages, stream of conscious text messages, emotional tapas, a little bit of everything. But the difference between my meltdown and the meltdowns that the left are having is that I am not proud of myself when I have them. I look at that cat and I say, I don't really like that cat that much. What's she doing? But the people on the left who are having the meltdowns, they think that that makes them some kind of hero for having these meltdowns. And I have to tell you, if having a meltdown makes you a hero, then I recently saw a toddler who wanted juice, who really deserves a Purple Heart.
Yeah, there you go. All right. On that note, coming up, the midterm elections. I haven't been this excited since this morning when I found a Nilla wafer under my bed. It was delicious, Doc. And don't forget, I'll be doing 2 live shows in December called the Gutfeld Monologues Live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and San Antonio, Texas. The tickets are selling out. Go there immediately. Plus a special guest, Tom Shalhoub. Don't wait. Get your tickets now. Go to ggutfeld.com for ticket info. That Taylor Swift. But enough about my speedy garment maker. Mercy clapping! Mercy clapping! I'll take it anyway. The singer endorsed another Democrat this week, Congressman Jim Cooper. I don't care. Earlier this month, she endorsed another Democrat. I still don't care. Meanwhile, Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke trying to unseat Senator Ted Cruz. He's raised millions. The media's been calling him Kennedy-esque. He sure drives like one. Speaking of Texas, someone really hates Cruz.
I would watch. Be careful. You know, I have bought 100 of these. I'm about to put more out.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll feel better about
I hate that Cruz. I hate that Cruz. I hate that Cruz. I hate that Cruz.
I've been outglarred. I think I found my Halloween costume. Oh, my goodness. So as we count down to the midterms, let's turn to our countdown correspondent, Hourglass Joe. Hourglass Joe, how much time left until Election Day in November?
700 billion grains of sand, Greg. 700 billion grains until Election Day.
How can you be sure of that?
I counted them, Greg.
7 billion grains of sand. Can you convert that into a measurement that we can actually understand?
A little more than 2 weeks.
So wouldn't it just be easier for you to say that?
You're probably right. This was a dumb idea, Greg.
It's okay, Joe. So if that's how far we are from November, how far are we from the 2020 elections?
Oh, that would be about 7.5 trillion grains of sand to the third power.
Actually, Hourglass Joe, it's 745 days. Why can't you just say that?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I really wasted my life. Why did I count all this sand? I could have had a family, a wife, and kids. A real life.
Joe, what's that in your hand?
It's a scorpion, Greg. The deadliest venom on Earth. It could kill 10 men. And I'm gonna eat it. My time is up.
I guess we lost Hourglass Joe.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what's happening to these segments, but they're going in a dark, dark direction.
Well, I felt a little bit better because the 700 billion was just slightly more than what we're spending in California for a fast train to nowhere.
Oh!
Which is not yet built at all.
Way to save this segment.
I'm just saying, it made me feel better that the 700 billion was a little more. I thought that was about the biggest sum I could think of, was what we're spending in California for that train.
How do you feel about the midterms? Anything?
Well, I feel like there could be some surprises. I still think that people are very afraid to say anything about what they intend to do, and they may not even know what they intend to do until they get in there. I asked on my radio show today, is Donald Trump affecting your going to the polls? And people were all over the place, but they all said yes.
Yes.
A lot of people were saying because I'm angry and sad and scared of things like a mob coming up through Mexico and the way people behaved around Kavanaugh. So it's motivating both sides.
Scott Adams says, what does he say? Maybe the biggest turnout in history, and he's never wrong, Tyrus. Never. Tyrus, I know. You're still thinking about the scorpion, aren't you?
You had some weird dreams this week?
I've been using a lot of ZQL, and I think it's affecting me.
Getting zeeked.
I'm getting zeeked.
Have you been watching a lot of French films?
Yeah.
Wow, you out weirding Don Lemon. That's hard to do. Whew. What was the question?
I don't remember.
Yeah, there really wasn't a question.
Yeah, there wasn't really a question like, is there going to be, I don't, was the scorpion there the whole time? Was it in his pocket?
Yes, it was.
Playing with hourglasses?
Yes. It took a lot of preparation for this. Don't think about it logically.
I want you drug tested after the show, man. I'm not going down with this ship, bro. I've been fired a lot. I can't put that on a resume. Like, woo.
Oddly enough, he's only 1 in 1,024th high right now.
Jimmy, don't you feel like we should let the Democrats at least win something, maybe, before they have a countrywide nervous breakdown?
Well, that's funny, because people always say, like, oh, yeah, we're on the verge of a civil war. No, we're not, because a civil war involves people getting out of their house.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only way we're fighting a civil war is if someone builds an app you can fight it on. Fortnite is the civil war. Fortnite, that's a civil war right now. But I love that Taylor Swift came out and made an endorsement.
Yeah.
2 days later, he dumped her endorsement for a Katy Perry endorsement. And now here we are. But I think it's ridiculous. And I just think the idea that Hillary's back on the scene and clearly positioning herself for another run. Like, what is the statute of limitations on her running? How old is she? We're going to be at Trump rallies next year chanting, help her up. You know what I mean?
Last word, Cats. Thoughts on Taylor Swift or Beto O'Rourke?
Thoughts on Taylor Swift is just interesting to me, the way that our culture thinks, oh, you look good dancing around in a leotard. I should care what you think about me voting. I just don't get it. But voting for me, I guess it's like, every morning you get out of bed. Sometimes you have those thoughts.
Right.
Like, is what I'm doing, does it really matter? When I get out of bed on the day where I go vote, I know that it definitely doesn't because I vote Libertarian.
That's so true. And I vote New York, so I know it doesn't matter at all. Might as well just, throw it away. I don't really vote. Who am I kidding? Up next, Nancy Pelosi says something ridiculous. Part 94 of our 3,000-part series. She had the gall to blast the wall. Nancy Pelosi's making it clear she won't give an inch for the wall. Then she made it personal.
In my view, it's immoral, expensive, ineffective, and not something that people do between countries. But in any event, it happens to be like a manhood issue for the president. And I'm not interested in that.
Crazy, yes. Sexist, absolutely. The wall's a manhood issue? I don't understand how. I mean, we're not putting missiles on the border. If anything, the wall's more like a chastity belt. Even more, Pelosi wants to go toe-to-toe on the wall. Okay, but after 2 years of a strong economy, low unemployment, you think he's not going to get his wall? The man's on such a winning streak. I want him to buy me a Powerball ticket. I'm so convinced he'll win, I've already spent the money. Spa days for everyone.
Yeah.
It's the death metal that really brings it home. Kat, what would you rather have? House Speaker Nancy Pelosi or a border wall?
So this is my favorite part of my job, when Greg asks me about the wall.
Yes.
Because all of our viewers want the wall, and I have to explain that I don't like the wall. I think we could do it in a cheaper way by removing welfare incentives and ending the drug war so that gangs would have no reason to come over here.
Good.
And then several people unfollow me on Twitter, even though I'm a very nice girl with a very nice family.
Yes, yes.
What I'm confused about the most with all of this, though, and Nance's comments here, is that I thought that the left didn't believe in gender at all.
Right.
And now walls have gender?
I know.
And then I thought that they also didn't believe in gender roles, so only men can like the wall. I bet you I know for a fact that there are some women that support the wall. Probably here, there are some. There you go. Women who say, and there are many, many more, and they all just unfollowed me on Twitter because of this segment, even though I'm a very nice girl with a very nice family.
Yes. Jimmy, what do you make of this?
Nancy Pelosi talks a lot of big smack because her party hates her.
Right.
You know, they only keep her as a friend because she can fundraise.
Yeah.
She's like that girl who's a senior that has a car, so people hang out with her. Like, you can't stand her. But if you can bring your own mixtapes and she can hook you up with some beer, you're like, yeah, I like Nancy. You know what I mean? And can she relax, too? Because, like, I mean, she's in her late hundreds. I don't believe she means any of this. But really, like, you see her up there, I've seen younger faces on Money. You know, it's bad. But it's hard for me to watch because I don't want to hate on her, you know? But this is a substantive point I'm going to attempt to make. We already have a fence. How did the fence get there?
Right.
We had to agree at some point it was worth having a border.
Right.
So that's how you know this is a charade.
Yeah.
When she says this is a manhood issue, it is. It's because he's the only one with the manhood to make this promise and follow through. 40 years of politicians have said, let's fix immigration.
All right. Tyrus?
I just wonder what would happen if, say, I was on the 5 and I said, oh, the wall, it's a woman thing. You know, it's like a giant pad. Well, damn, I just did it.
Yeah.
Man, see what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, right? No, it's cool for her, though. Manhood, right? But we can't make womanhood jokes. Hashtag not me. But this is not, why are we not, where are the protests for her?
I know.
Shouldn't she have to resign?
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about why is everyone talking about manhood?
Yeah.
Most of us keep it covered for a reason. We're not, if we were proud of it, it'd be out all the time. You know what I'm saying? We don't have low-cut jeans. You know what I'm saying? Our manhood is sacred, and they're bashing manhood. I want some protests. Like, she should have to step down.
All right.
You know, that's only fair. It's only fair.
It's only fair, Doc.
Bless her heart. Countries don't have borders? What is she talking about? That's the most bizarre
That's
thing
literally what makes you a country.
That's literally, you have to first you draw the border and then you establish your country. But what happened down in Guatemala today? Hondurans hit a border and a fence and they blew through that fence.
Right.
The fence that the Guatemalans put up. And countries don't put up fences and borders. What is she talking about? It's the most bizarre thing. I just had to re-up my global access thing. You ever tried to do that?
It's a pain in the ass.
Oh, now it's like getting around other countries, and it's shakedown time.
Yeah, no,
if you're leaving this country, go to another one, they want your everything. So
that's why I only travel to the Middle Earth.
You think the Guatemalans wish they had a wall when they ran over their fence? You think they were like, oh, man, we should have a wall? Like,
You know what my favorite part of the whole thing, though?
What?
Is everybody says Trump is racist towards Mexicans. So if he gets reelected, they're going to move to Canada. I'm like, yo, Mexico's just as close, dude. That's kind of racist on your part.
And also, why aren't the Guatemalans happy to be in Mexico?
Oh, I know.
Why are they like, there's a whole plot of land before California that they could stop and rest in, but they're not because Mexico doesn't want that. Are we all going to end up wearing these soon? God, I hope so. You want to look stupid and get beaten up a lot? Panasonic is developing this wearable device designed to help you concentrate. Look at that thing. Wear Space. It's a headset with blinders to cut down on your peripheral vision and noise-canceling technology to block any human interaction. Isn't that great? The product is meant for people who work in offices with an open floor plan, but I also found it works wonders at the urinal. True.
Yes.
Is it ugly? Yes. But is it impractical? Also, yes. Still, though, it inspired us to develop our own wearable technology. If you need to, for example, make some extra money, Try the gun and ski mask. See how simple that is? Do you have trouble going to bed? Sounds like you need our new sleep aid. Yes, it's a fist. We punch you in the face. Finally, suffering from diarrhea? Try this. Yep. Anyway.
Wow, Tyrus is right. You are right, man.
What? Oh, I've been right.
But
you all want to encourage him.
All right. Let's get through this, okay? We all got to get out of here and get drunk. Tyrus,
no,
would you wear that?
Would I wear what? No, I got an entertainment job. I don't sit in the office, and this is garbage. I'm not falling for this.
Yeah.
This is the man's last attempt. Now you can't see the sexual harasser. Now you can't hear him till it's too late, and you can't see no witnesses to help testify.
Interesting.
Touche. It's the last play. I get it. Yeah, put this on, darling.
Oh,
and
wow.
then, you know, that's what it is. I mean, this is terrible. This is for real. Like, man, this is that in the household.
Yeah.
Honey, put this on. I'll be in the other room. Like, I'm just an excuse for me to go to the bar. Oh, don't worry about her. She got the blinders on, Briz. I'm here all night.
Jimmy, it's a good idea?
No. I mean, I think if you really want to keep coworkers focused, let them talk to their coworkers. Because after 2 conversations, you never want to talk to them again.
That's true.
You know, they say every girl needs a friend that will tell them their butt looks big in those pants. Every guy needs a friend that will tell them nobody cares about their fantasy football team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you're starting.
I'm tired of, on Monday, people telling me about their past weekend. And then on Friday, them telling you about what they're doing this weekend. Weekends are not important to me, okay? So if you're, don't tell me about your weekend, Doc.
Lord, you've gone all the way down to Middle Earth. You're all the way down. But I love these things. I think they're great. I hate cubicles. Those are impersonal, right? I love this stuff.
This is way more personal, Doc?
Way more personal. It's your own little private Idaho. But don't wear it in an elevator, to your point. Don't wear it in an elevator. Who knows what could go down in there. But why not put a feed bag on, too?
Oh, yes,
right?
a feed
put
bag.
a feed bag on and a blinder, and we were all the way there.
Oh, that's great. And then, like, attached to, like, a diaper.
Oh. A new business.
You're supposed
to be smart. Catheters.
We have a lot of commercials for catheters.
They're loving this.
Yes, they're loving this, Kat. I could see you wearing this and have a little built-in vapor.
If it had the built-in vape, I mostly inhale nicotine.
Yes,
anyway.
yes.
This show is the 1 hour a week where I'm breathing actual air, so it's very, very good for me. You know, I just think it'd be great to just, you know, completely wall us off from each other. It'd be great for our productivity and also for our souls.
Yes.
No, this is terrible. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because I can't see anyone, right? But if I know that everyone else is wearing them, I know that they can't see me either, right?
Right.
What is there left to stop me from watching Teen Mom 2 reruns at the office?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard enough time as it is, Greg.
Yeah, but see, in technology, we'd be able to know that. Somebody would be able to know that.
To monitor my behavior?
I monitor your behavior when you're at work all the time. And I know things, Kat. I know things.
I did have a very angry phone call with my dermatologist.
Oh, that was... I learned a lot about the effects of Accutane.
Yeah, Accutane is great because you know what your face feels like if it were in hell without actually having to make the trip.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. I believe that's called watching the Samantha Bee Show.
No. Why?
Oh, wow, Sam Bee fan? Should have screened for that.
All right. Final thoughts next.
Final thoughts. It's the last thought. That's why it's called the final thoughts, okay?
Tyrus?
I don't have a final thought. I have a final gesture.
Oh, that's nice.
Because we know it's Kat's birthday.
Right.
And those of us who know Kat, she's always talking about not having friends and stuff. So I got you a gift that was kind of like a friend. Will always be with you. Won't argue with you. Will always smile at you. And look, it's even in a depressing bag like you like. Oh, yeah. So happy birthday. Oh. She's going to love this. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, my God, it's Tyrus. Thank you.
So,
my birthday is not till the 29th, so I got lucky very early. I'm going to put this right next to my bed.
Well, okay. Right.
You know what's funny? It's like exactly inversely proportional to you guys in reality.
Yeah. Now I finally know what it it feels like to be Tyrus.
All right, Doc, anything to plug?
Go to drdrew.com. I'm going to be writing there soon about why it is we are as tribal and as crazy as we've gotten. No one ever really talks about the underlying issues. I'll be writing about it there. There's reasons.
All right, Jimmy?
Two quick plugs. My one-hour stand-up special is streaming on Amazon Prime, State of the Union.
Fantastic.
Big excited about that. I'll be headlining the Borgata in Atlantic City, November 11th through the 16th. I'm performing till Friday, but Saturday I'll be performing on the boardwalk to make back my gambling losses. So use the code word Devil's Triangle for half off.
All right, thank you, Dr. Drew Pinsky, Jimmy Failla, Kat Timpf, Tyrus, our studio audience. I'm Greg Gutfeld, and I love you.